Hey my lovelies, it's me Afro Tarot and I'm here with another deck review. This time it is the Dali Tarot. Now it comes in such a huge box that I hope you can see. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's completely sealed, haven't opened it. We are going to do this together. So there's a little hole here, which, here we go. We're going to jump right in. Now, when I originally saw this deck, it was quite expensive. And then I went to Madrid and I saw it out there. The limited edition was like 98 euros. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. The box, oh my goodness. The box is like velvet. Oh my gosh. Yes, so I waited and then I saw it on Amazon and it had gone down from 60 pounds to, I think it was about 30 something. So I purchased it. Just a little bit about this deck. It is an actual real deck. It's a reprint of a real deck that Salvador Dali created for, I think it was for the James Bond movie Live and Let Live. I know that Roger Moore was in it. So it is an actual real deck. It wasn't featured in the film, and what I read online was that was possibly due to the price that he was going to sell it at. So they went in a different direction, but this is the deck reprinted. Comes in this beautiful box. It's like a suede. Oh my gosh, it's so nice. So let's open. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now, I'm an art buff. So this is just absolutely, oh my God, I want to cry. Ah! Okay, let's go in. Okay. Oh my God. So this, oh my God, is the book. Okay, we're gonna look at this a little bit later, but that's the book. Oh my life, that is amazing. And here's the deck. Okay, okay. Woo, there's the deck. Can you see that? Absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna just bring the camera down a little bit just so you can see better. Okay, hopefully you can see that. It comes in this lovely gold box. Let's open. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Wow. So now I'm trying to look for the bit to open. The bit to open. The bit to open. Here we go. Oh wow. What beautiful presentation though. Absolutely beautiful presentation. I'm so sorry guys. I'm just blown away. Okay, so this is the cards. The cards are a bit bent though. I don't know if you can see that, but they are a bit bent. Okay, maybe that's just the packaging. Okay. So let's have a look at the card. So the back is like this kind of like metallic gold. The cardstock actually is quite okay for the price. For the price, I think it's quite, I mean, this is slightly better. Okay, so but hey, I suppose it's good for the old shuffling. Let's have a look, shall we? So the first card is the Magician. It's got the Kabbalah symbols, or is it the Hebrew symbols on it. It's also got the, I'm assuming that this is the astrological symbology on it as well. Ooh. So that's Magician, the Empress, the Emperor, the High Priest, the Lovers, Chariot, Justice, the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, Strength, Hanged Man. Oh, I love this. Death, Temperance, the Devil, Tower, Star, the Moon, the Sun, Judgment, the World, the Fool. What's interesting is that the Fool ends the major arcana. It doesn't start with the major arcana. Okay, these cards are a little bit slippy, as you can see. So then we have the Queen of Wands. So we're into the minors, the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Page, the Ace, the Two of Wands, the Threes, 4, 5 of Wands, 6, 7. That's quite interesting. I like that design actually. Blocking out all the other opinions of others. It will be interesting to see what the book says about some of these depictions. 7, 8, 9. Oh, sorry. So that's 8, 9, and 10. Queen of Cups, King, the Knight, the Page, Ace, 2, 3, 4. I quite like this. I like this. I like this. So it's a bit collagey. But I do like it. I like it primarily because it's Salvador Dali. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Queen of Swords, King of Swords, interesting, as the Pope, the Knight, Page, Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 'Hopefully you can still see those. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we have the coins, the Queen, the King, the Knight, the Page, the Ace, the 2s, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the 10. Okay. So as you can see, the cardstock, I'm going to be really honest here, guys. I am not impressed with the cardstock at all. I think it's cheap. Okay, considering that this is a deck by a very famous artist, a surreal artist, an artist of such caliber, I'm really not impressed with the cardstock. The cards are also quite big as well, so we just look at a traditional tarot card, Cosmic Tarot, which is the same as the Rider-Waite, so you can see how big they are. So if you do have little hands, they are going to be slightly problematic. Yeah, I'm not particularly impressed with the cardstock. The cards are also slightly bent as well. And as you saw, I opened them, so they're, you know, I just think the cardstock is a bit tacky. The presentation, I think, is amazing. The cardstock, I just think, is really cheap. I do like the back because it's his name, if you can see that, but I do think the cardstock is a little bit shuffling. Obviously, is going to be really easy with a deck. Oops, they are a bit big. Yeah, I mean, shuffling isn't going to be a problem with this deck if you wanted to use it as a reading deck. Let's have a look at the book. As I said, I mean, the book is really beautiful, but it's huge. It's huge. But I don't necessarily think that this is a traditional reading tarot deck that you'd be using every day. I do think it's more of a collection piece. You're not going to be able to see the whole of the book here. Maybe if I just lift the camera a little bit, you'll be able to see it a bit better. So yeah, so this is the book. It's huge. I have to put it long ways. So it is a massive book, okay? Picture of the great man himself. So we have the preface. It's probably going to tell us all about it. And Tarot Universal Dali. Then it has the making. So it gives a lot of insight into how the deck came to creation. It's beautifully written. This is like a museum piece. This is like a book that you would buy in a museum. Then there's a little bit on how to read the cards. Pictorial sources, and then we jump into the major arcana, and it talks about personal magic, practical advice, pictorial sources. So it tells you a little bit about the picture. It's in different languages as well. So this is the top, the arches of Saint-Chapelle, Paris. So that's the bit there. And it's the Last Supper. The bottom is the Last Supper, and it's at the National Gallery of Arts. So yeah, you get a little bit about the picture and where it comes from. And this is for all of them. So this one here is the original work by Salvador Dali for his tarot. So I think, yeah, this is the original work. So this is something that he created. Let me just go back to where it talks about pictorial sources. So I'm not sure if all of them were created by Dali himself, but I mean, we can read that in our own time. So some of it isn't all Dali, some of it's like put together in kind of like collage stuff. But this, where it is his original work, it will say original work by Salvador Dali for his tarot, which is really interesting. So I wouldn't say that this is a tarot deck, but he did create the deck. He did actually create the deck again. The High Priest has no reference at all. It just gives practical advice. Initiate others into your mysteries. Be open to the needs of others. So yeah, that's quite interesting. There's so much to go through. I think this is like something that you would quite like read at leisure. The Lovers. So the Chariot, the interpretation for the Chariot, just have a, I don't even want to bend the book. So let's just have a look at a card. The interpretation for the Chariot is to chart your own course. The Chariot stands for experiencing and developing one's own personality, which has two aspects: deliberate choice on one hand and the forces of the unconscious on the other. So that's quite interesting. I'm not going to read all of it. There is some practical advice there. Assume full responsibility for shaping of your life path. You cannot get off the Chariot nor relinquish your own karma, but you can strike out in a new direction. The right attitude helps you to accept and develop the positive aspects you encounter, but also empowers you to avoid and let go. Alternatively, to integrate and master the bad, accept the light and the shadow, and turn your darkest fears into golden opportunities and fulfillment. So yeah, so the meanings are pretty traditional. The meanings are traditional. As I said, the book is absolutely huge, and I do like it that you have these beautiful images that are full-blown colour, just like the cards in the book. I just think the book is huge. I mean, they could have made it slightly smaller. So that's the book that it comes with. Back to the cards. I'll just bring the camera down again. There we go. Back to the cards. I'm not going to lie, guys. I am disappointed with the cardstock. Okay, the cardstock is not good at all. And if you were going to use these cards for reading, they would get damaged very, very quickly. And they're very slidey as well. They don't have a gloss finish. There's no gilded edges, which I absolutely adore. But I just don't think they had to make them this big. It would have been nice if they were borderless, because I think the white border just cheapens them. They could have just made them just gold. Do you know what I mean? Like, there'd be no issue trimming these cards down. Absolutely not. I don't understand why they've done this. The design, I don't think, was very good, and the cards are slightly bent, which I think is problematic. This is another deck. This is a cheap deck, which is, you know, and even this is slightly thicker than this cardstock. Very, very flimsy. The artwork is great. I will go through it and study it and look at it, at some of the images. Some popped out to me already. I really wanted the deck more because of the artist, as opposed to I just wanted another tarot deck. I love the presentation. I'm not necessarily blown away by some of the art. I thought it was going to be more surreal. I thought it was going to be some of his more noticeable pieces were going to be in it. But again, he created this deck for a James Bond movie, and he was quite into the mysticism and esoteric stuff, so I get it. I don't think in the book there is a lot of explanation around the pictures. Yeah, there's no explanation around the pictures. It just tells you where the pictures come from. I hope you can see that. I hope you can. Very small print as well. Very, very small print. So I don't think the book needed to be this big with this little print. They could have made it sort of like half the size and a bit thicker. The box is beautiful. The presentation is amazing. I just think the cards, I just don't get it. I actually think they've butchered his work, to be honest. They've butchered it. And another thing with the imagery, with how they've put the pictures in, it feels like it's been computer generated. I don't know if you can see, but the pictures don't go all the way. So it's like a border, and then the picture itself is within a border, and it's very dark to make out some of the images. I just think they could have done better with this. I don't think they've done him any justice at all. You know, if you look at his work, it's so magnificent. And I mean, look at this. So the pips have a full image, whereas the major arcana, look at that. Look at death. And look at the hanged man. The image doesn't even go all the way up. Oh no, I'm not happy about that at all. It's a bit wider there as well. It's like they haven't really put the thought into it. It's the same here as well with the world. And then we have some that are kind of, and then we have ones that are even bigger. So I don't know if they've gone by picture size, but they could have sort of made them. And then we have this one, which again is a different size. So all the imagery in the major arcana isn't even, oh, that's just atrocious. And then the court cards aren't the same as the pips and aren't the same as the major arcana. So they're all different shapes and sizes, borders within borders. I'm not impressed. Really, really disappointed. This is probably the worst review I've done, and it's with one of my favourite artists. I just don't think they've taken enough care and consideration. I mean, look at that. It's not even the same size. They've not even taken the care and the consideration to actually consider the presentation of the deck and to make sure that it was kind of like all the same shapes, which they could have easily have done. I mean, it's printed on, isn't it? It's not like they've been hand painted. So yeah, guys, I mean, if you want it for a collection to add to your collection, then yeah, I'd say go for it. If you want it because you just like the art and you want to read tarot with it, then that's fine. If you wanted it primarily because you wanted the Salvador Dali deck, like I did, I think you're going to be a little bit disappointed with the actual cards themselves. The presentation is beautiful. The book is beautiful. It's a bit long though. I don't think it needed to be that big. The box is gorgeous. The box, I mean, look at that. They've put more effort into the box. It's all gold embossed on the back, you can see. They've put more effort into the book and the box than they have into the actual cards. That's my opinion. And I'm actually in two minds whether or not I'm going to send it back. So that's my review on the Salvador Dali deck.